You ready for this one? I'm going to give you the answer, the secret. No kidding, I really mean this, to awakening. It's one thing I'm going to tell you. It may be the total opposite of anything that you've been told or think, and maybe you'll have an epiphany today. If you do this, you can absolutely go into awakening. It's going to make so much sense. You get to decide. Ready? Let's go. Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube, here to help you break through the fears, live an amazing life. This is what happens when you have a download. You don't finish your nail polish job because you gotta get the message out before you forget. This is what happens to me. I'm told things and it's so clear and I have to share it. So I grab my camera and we're gonna talk about awakening. What happens when the material world fails you? Well, it doesn't fail us, does it? It's always there. It's beautiful. It's amazing. Abundance is beautiful. We even have stupid ideas about abundance. You shouldn't have it. Good people shouldn't have it. Oh, but the wealthy people have it and they abuse it. And oh, it's not the money. It's not any of that. It's your state of frequency that determines how you handle everything out there. Whether you handle abundance in a positive way, whether you believe you shouldn't have it or not, because you have some cray-cray idea about money, nothing's a problem. There are no problems. We're creating those as human beings. So I'm going to share something with you. I'm going to share something with you that's so critically important. So important for you. What is awakening? When we find that the material world, whether we acquire it and it doesn't make us happy, or we spend our whole lifetime trying to acquire it and we're unhappy because we're not getting there, most people will resort to some other type of, just say, they'll seek something else to find that happiness. We're tired of struggle. We're tired of pain. We're tired of being tired, right? So the second thing most people go to is awakening. I'm tired of feeling this pain. How do I make it stop? And then, that's not working for me. I'm tired of chasing that, or I have all the stuff and I'm still unhappy. How many people, wealthy people or famous people kill themselves? That is not the solution. We're creating that. It's just the bonus. It's the fun. Have fun with it. Now let's go to the awakening. Let's say you're ready for that, and I know you are because you're on my channel. I'm going to tell you something right now. It's either going to be an epiphany, or maybe you'll say, I knew that, but you're still not doing it. The secret is, there's no such thing as finding awakening. There's no such thing as going to awakening. None. You already are. Everything out here is a hologram, a creation, and a veil of what you already are. You're already there. You don't have to seek it. You don't have to go there. You are the one, which is all-knowing, all-intelligent, all love, unconditionally. Nothing else exists other than that. Nothing. By the way, I didn't know that Course in Miracles said that. I've never read it. I couldn't get past the first page. I'm like, because you get this information too. You don't even have to read anything if you go into the space of what you are. Why? You are the epicenter of everything. You don't even have to read anything. You are the source of that material. You are the source of that knowledge. You are that intelligence, that creation, that love. Everything else, including the dark side, is the exploration of its power, finding its contrast, to know what it is. Now, I've said this before, but this video is about awakening. Right now, you are already that. The only reason you're not feeling it is because you're allowed to, through free will, to create any story you want out here, to experience being human. And so that story, that is an energy field that you've created. And until you let go, like this is distracting, until you let go and let God, not let God, let God, you will not find awakening, because you believe it's something separate from you that you have to seek. It's the opposite. All of this is all just your ability to experience something really amazing, to test ourselves, to see what it's like to feel like we're alone, to feel like, what is it like to have emotions? What's it like to be sad? What's it like to believe that we end and that death is something that makes us, feel loss? What is that? Oh, it's amazing. Experience it. We've all lost people. People say, my husband died and then my mother died. I'm like, what, did you think we were all going to live? Now, I'm not saying that to be cruel. If you guys know, I lost my entire family, including 2 pets and my cousin, my brother, both my parents in a short period of time. Boom, 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 suddenly, except for the dog, he was getting old. That wasn't a shocker. But I want to just share something with you. Everything that creates that struggle and pain is a block. It's a barrier that we're creating because we believe things should be a certain way. And when they aren't, we struggle against it, and that creates pain. Right? That creates the pain. The struggle does. The struggle against what is, because we don't find the value in it. We don't think there's purpose when we're the very source of it all. Because I've shared with you, now you guys know this, 2021, I knew I was going to get somebody that said, what's the prediction? You told us the name of the year, what's the prediction? The whole video that I had about 2021 prediction is empowering you. That Nostradamus, Casey, all of them have said the exact same thing. Whatever we see can be changed. So you can sit and spend all your time reading the predictions and then that. And even Dolores Cannon will say, they're not happening. Because those predictions were given to us as a warning of what we are creating right now. And when we change our mind about that, the predictions dissolve. They switch into something else. I saw somebody drew a map like Casey, the United States is half underwater, and Europe's, you're gonna be paddling around Europe. Okay. What, did we think the planet was gonna remain the same? It evolves, it changes. It's always recreating itself. And we're residing on it, so we're gonna go with that. Why is that so fearful? All right, whatever. Why am I gonna sit here and worry about that? Those of you who talk about the woes of the world, especially about children, that's dear to my heart too. I'm wondering why you're on here chatting about it. But what about it? Yeah, what about it? What are you doing? You are totally in control of everything. You are already the awakened, perfect state. Anything that you're doing out here is exacerbating, fueling, focusing on the negativity. You are absolutely going into that 3rd, 4th dimension. You're going to remain there. I don't think you want to. 2021, critical decisions. Critical choice is the actual word used. Critical choice. We're in expansion right now. Do it. Expand, expand, expand. What does that mean? Pull down those veils. Let go of the things that you are not, but that you're experimenting with. The holographic universe. We're playing with it. What is this? What is that? Ooh, now I know what I am. I know that I am actually already this. I'm just experimenting. I'm playing all this because I didn't know what this felt like until I felt that. Does this make sense? I'm feeling this. Oh, heartache, loss of a pet or animal. Because the material world seems very real to us. You guys experiencing, we're talking about this, things disappearing, showing up, time shifts and stuff. Why? Because that's not real. It's not real, so it's all it's shifting. There are portals and, you know, all kinds of things that are happening out there we don't understand that's affecting our hologram. And it's going to happen more because it's dissolving. It is actually dissolving as you awaken. But your awakening is an individual choice. You may stay on this planet and say, nothing happened. Same old crap going on, and we're all arguing, and while you're on my channel going, but this and that, and then you're going, and thinking, well, I'm helping people become aware of it. Oh yeah, they didn't know we were in a crap hole, right? Thank you for pointing out all of the garbage. In fact, thank you for pointing out that we're even worse than we thought we were. While you sit on your couch on your computer. That's not awakening. That's you playing in the density. And when you're done with that, you'll understand that you never lost anything. There's nothing to seek. There's nothing to correct out there. This is it. Do this. And so what is this doing out here? It's not about them. What is this doing? Don't be talking about somebody else. The government, the wealthy people. Blah, blah, blah. Sorry, this is a spiritual butt kick. By the way, my book's coming out soon. Yeah, okay. And what's your point? You are powerful beyond your imagination. What are you, critical choice now, going to do out here? Somebody said it's going to be hard to give up chemicals. I know, honey. You know what? Our whole life is loaded with them. How did cancer ever start? What's that? Where do you think that came from? We're poisoning ourselves with everything. And we're so conditioned, and we are finding it so difficult to let go of poisoning ourselves. Isn't that insane? When you get away from it, you realize, oh my gosh, we were accepting being toxic in every area of our lives, including our judgment, our fighting of each other, including getting on chat boxes or comments and pointing out the negativity. We don't think we're the problem. We're so dense that we don't realize none of that is an awakened state. That's the play out here you're still interacting with that's absolutely creating no positive outcome at all. You're just mucked up in all the garbage. Talking about it, it's a problem. Yeah, really? You think? People used to get burned at the stake for talking like this, right? We're going in the right direction, but it's individual choice. There's nothing to seek, nothing. When you recognize that you are everything, that you and I are one energy. Yeah, you may be looking at me right now thinking, oh my God, there's a connection, isn't there, with everything. That tree out there, sit and stare at it. It is absolutely intelligently aware of you. It's not thinking. Get that human thing out. Start to go to your higher quantum field. Go to that quantum place where you realize it's not about words. It's energy, it's power, it's beauty beyond human comprehension. It's love beyond our imagination. Love doesn't even describe what it is. How can we be allowed to create something so horrible and destructive on the planet? To know us, to know our contrast. It's like Dolores Cannon said, do you know how boring it would be if we were on a playing instruments up, everything's wonderful. How would we know it's wonderful? Unless we know what there is out there, and even those on the other side without bodies are interacting with us. Some have agreed, you've got somebody with you right now, but you may feel like you don't because you, the awakened being, wants to experience what it's like to feel like you're alone, that nobody's listening to you. What's that feel like? Because then, when you release everything, you'll realize, I never was any of that. I just was experiencing it. That's pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah. You're already awakened, my friend. All you have to do is let the rest go, if you want to. You may want to experience all this. Maybe you want to play in it. Maybe you want to know what it's like to lose someone, to think that there's an end to something, To think that that person's actually really gone, they're not. They're actually more free now than ever, because they're not in the dense body that held them into this, whatever it is we're in. The planet is amazing. It's anything we want it to be. And your individual choice, your important, critical choice that we're going into is going to determine what happens with your energy field, your individual energy field within the one. So everything, everyone, and everything does, absolutely, it affects everything, everything. Because we're not any separate thing, human, tree, we're just one energy. Can't wrap your head around that. We just can't. We're not capable as humans. But I'm going to tell you something. We are going into another state of physical being. This is why you guys are experiencing a lot of the changes physically, because when your frequency goes up, it absolutely is now having to adjust to being in a dense body. And so there's some changes that are happening. That's what that is. This is real stuff. This is frequencies. This is real stuff. Our frequency has gone up. The planets has continually gone up. She's evolving. She is a real energy field, an energy, just like you and I are. Ours happens to be a body, and she happens to be a planet. And it's complex. I'm not just a body. I have a heart and eyes and hair and things. She has all these things, mountains and water and trees, and nothing ever is just one thing. As I said in my book, I was just writing today, what's a flower? Is it the petal? Is it a flower without soil? If you cut it, is it still a flower, or is it a dead flower? What is it? It can't be a flower without the soil that first grows it, or the sun. Well, where did the sun come from? Where did the water come from? Where did the air come from? Okay, and then it came from this, and it came from this, and it came from this, and this, and this, and this. It's never ending. Nothing stands alone. Is it a seed? Were you a seed? Where did that come from? And then where did that come from, and that come from? Open your mind, my friend, open your mind. It all came from the one thing. And where did that come from? That continues too. There's no one start to everything. There's no such thing as time even. That continues on. I'm going to share a couple things I actually will share with you that I got some insight and was told some things when I went over in my etheric state of being, where I actually spoke to somebody and realized I wasn't speaking to God. I was speaking to one of the powers that oversees things, of which answers to other things, of which answers to other things. It was mind-blowing for me. I realized, what? There isn't just one God over things. No, there are overseers who then answer to overseers, who then answer to overseers. Not individuals, everything is still one energy connected. Yeah, it's mind-blowing. Go into that space, let all this go. The stories, what you believe, let it all go. Human beings, come on, really? We've got those answers? I don't think so. Hey, if you do, I'll put you on my channel. We'll have people lined up around the block. You know everything. You know it all. Whoa, let's line up. No, you just you're a human with opinions, just like I am. You don't have to believe a thing I say. But what I'm telling you could empower you beyond your imagination, because I talk quantum physics, the unlimited energy that everything is, that you control with your thought and your observation. That's a fact. You don't believe it? Well, I don't know why you would limit yourself that way. That's a choice too. You guys, as usual, this is a free workshop. I'm creating some amazing, mind-blowing things right now online. And we have other people doing that. They're not just making money online. They're creating art websites and courses and interaction and events online. They're creating healing online. They're creating products and services, or some of them are doing, some of the programs where you just promote other people's products and services that you believe in, so you don't have to create all of that. You just promote them. So you do some research and you go out there and present it to people, and you get paid for that. You can make a living doing some really great stuff, instead of doing stuff that's not good for you or the planet. Guys, go down here, landriaonkka.com. I have tons of courses. I've got another one coming out in August, and that is the New Earth Workshop. It's going to come out before the end of August 2020. This will be old really quick. And the workshop is when we actually go in and we talk about each of these subjects. The New Earth is the high frequency. Why aren't you going into it? And what are the barriers and blocks you've created? And then we have practices that we do every day. That's the difference to master classes, when we have 3 intense hours on these subjects. And the workshop is when we go into each subject and then we implement practices so that every day you can work on this, because you have critical choice coming up. So we're still in expansion 2020. In other words, it's time to let go and let God, the one source, not come in, but allow it to shine. You always were it. You always will be it. You just have to recognize it. And nothing else will be important. Your arguments about all the blah, blah, blah going out there, it's just all part of a play, a hologram, a game. You're going to look back, and what you do here counts, because that frequency goes with you. You don't go off and, fly off in a cloud with your harp. Yeah, if you aren't behaving here well, you're going to continue the learning on the other side, not to be judged good nor bad, but I think you're ready to go to that space, to the New Earth, aren't you? So if you want to go take the master class, you can take the master class now. I have a discount code down there, and if you're in my email list, you have the discount code. I would suggest you take the 3-hour master class, because it's very intense. New Earth is not about just manifesting, it's about going into that higher frequency. Because we want to go into the 5th dimension. We don't want to just be major manifestors. We want to do it on a high frequency. So you'll learn about that, and then you can go in and take the workshop afterwards. So if it's not on my website yet, take the master class first, and then I'll announce the workshop coming out. It's time to do the work. Time to do the work. And all this information that I get, you'll start to get it too. My students are getting amazing information, saying, whoa. They pulled the blocks down and said, it always was there. You are whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Free workshop. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. Quit complaining. I think I need to go fix these nails. I like the blue. What do you think? I never do stuff like this. So why not? Let's go for it. You are amazing. You are awakened. I send you unconditional love. It's what you are. Blessings, my friend. Namaste.